Former talk show host Wendy Williams continues to face obstacles in her fight for freedom from her legal guardianship. She continues to say it's not needed and has been seeking legal intervention to end it. Her latest obstacle is due to a possible change in one of her medical conditions. Wendy claims the facility and her legal guardian are keeping her in the dark and will not give her answers. What exactly is she saying that is happening? Keep reading to get all the details. Wendy Williams being kept in the dark, not getting answers. Wendy Williams was taken to the hospital in March after she allegedly dropped a note from her window asking for help. A wellness check was done and she was transported by ambulance for evaluation. Williams has been under a legal guardianship since 2022, in which Sabrina Morrissey has control of her finances and health. She maintains that Wendy is cognitively impaired, permanently disabled and legally incapacitated. Wendy and her family are fighting to get the guardianship dissolved. She is currently being kept on a locked floor at an assisted care facility in which she says feels like a prison. Williams has been unable to come and go as she pleases. However, in recent weeks, she has been seen out with friends and family on occasion to enjoy dinner. Wendy Williams. Now, Wendy spoke with TMZ and said she is being kept in the dark about her medical condition. She noticed a change to her medication when it was being passed out. She believes the medication is related to her thyroid issue and Graves' disease. However, she alleges her guardian and physician are keeping her in the dark and will not give her answers. In fact, she has been trying to call her doctor and is unable to get through. She has been trying to find out if her thyroid condition is better or worse. Williams has also asked her guardian to get in touch with the doctor to find out if something had changed with her thyroid, but has yet to hear back from anyone. Wendy continues to anxiously await answers and tells the news outlet that she keeps thinking, "Am I in medical trouble?" Wendy Williams. Fans cheered her on at dinner. Wendy Williams reportedly walked into a New York restaurant last week with family and friends. An insider shared that Wendy looked great as she sported a bright red jacket. It was shared that when it seemed the night was about to come to an end at the restaurant, Williams decided to get up and dance with a man who was there celebrating his birthday. Fans loved it and began chanting, "Go Wendy! Go Wendy!" While Wendy hopes to regain her freedom someday soon, it seems she continues to face obstacles. Wendy Williams. However, as her fight continues, one of the first things she wants is a new guardian. Then, she wants the guardianship to end completely so she can get on with her life. What do you think about Wendy's latest situation? Do you think she is being ignored? Stay tuned for more updates as they become available. Wendy Williams, the former queen of daytime television, continues to face significant hurdles in her quest to regain control of her life. Since being placed under a court-ordered guardianship in 2022, the 60-year-old talk show host has been vocal about her belief that the arrangement is unnecessary and restrictive, likening her situation to a prison. Her latest challenge involves a troubling lack of transparency regarding her medical condition, specifically related to her long-standing battle with Graves' disease and thyroid issues. Williams claims that her guardian and medical team are keeping her in the dark about changes to her medication, fueling her anxiety and intensifying her fight to dissolve the guardianship. Here's a comprehensive look at Williams's ongoing struggles, her recent public appearances, and the broader implications of her case. A timeline of health and guardianship challenges. Wendy Williams rose to fame as a bold and charismatic host, first on radio and later on The Wendy Williams Show, which aired from 2008 to 2022. Known for her catchphrase, "How you doin'?" and her unfiltered commentary, Williams became a cultural icon. However, her health struggles have been well documented, beginning with her diagnosis of Graves' disease and hyperthyroidism in 2018. Graves' disease, an autoimmune disorder that causes overproduction of thyroid hormones, can lead to symptoms like weight loss, anxiety, irritability, and bulging eyes, which Williams has openly discussed. She also revealed in 2019 that she was living in a sober house to address past struggles with cocaine addiction, and in 2023, her team announced diagnoses of primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, FTD, conditions that affect language and cognitive function. In 2022, Williams's life took a dramatic turn when Wells Fargo, her bank, petitioned a New York court to place her under financial guardianship, citing concerns that she was an incapacitated person and a victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. The court appointed attorney Sabrina Morrissey as Williams's guardian, granting her control over Williams's finances and health decisions. Since then, Williams has been living in a luxury high-rise assisted living facility in New York, reportedly on a locked floor designated as a memory unit. She has described the environment as suffocating, stating, "I am not cognitively impaired, but I feel like I am in prison." Williams and her family, including her son Kevin Hunter Jr. and sister Wanda Finney, have been fighting to dissolve the guardianship, arguing that it strips her of autonomy and isolates her from loved ones. Her family claims they cannot contact her directly and must rely on her initiating calls, a situation that has sparked public outcry and the #FreeWendy movement. The latest obstacle: medical transparency issues. In a recent interview with TMZ on April 20, 2025, Williams expressed deep frustration over a lack of communication regarding her medical treatment. She noticed a change in her medication, which she believes is related to her thyroid condition and Graves' disease, when a nurse handed her a pill that looked different from her usual prescription. Alarmed, Williams began seeking answers, but she claims both her doctor and guardian Sabrina Morrissey have ignored her inquiries. "I'm trying like hell to find out if my thyroid condition is better or worse," she told TMZ, adding, "Am I in medical trouble?" The lack of clarity has left her anxious and feeling excluded from decisions about her own health. Williams's concerns highlight a broader issue in her guardianship: the extent to which she is kept informed and involved in her care. She alleges that her repeated attempts to contact her doctor have been unsuccessful, and Morrissey has not provided updates despite Williams's requests. This opacity has intensified her distrust of the guardianship system, which she believes is unnecessarily controlling. Her healthcare advocate, Ginalisa Monteroso, has supported her claims, noting that Williams initially agreed to a guardianship to protect her finances but was unaware it would result in such extensive restrictions, including limited access to the internet and a cell phone. Williams's Graves' disease requires ongoing monitoring, as the condition can cause serious complications if untreated, including heart issues and bone loss. About the challenges of managing the disease, noting in a 2018 Good Morning America interview that menopause masked her symptoms, delaying her recognition of the issue. The recent change in her medication, without explanation, underscores the importance of clear communication between patients and their medical teams, particularly for someone under guardianship who may have limited agency. Public appearances and fan support. Despite her confinement, Williams has made occasional public appearances that have buoyed her spirits and galvanized her supporters. In mid-April 2025, she was spotted dining at a New York restaurant with family and friends, including her niece Alex Finney. An insider told People that Williams looked radiant in a bright red jacket and surprised diners by joining a man celebrating his birthday for a dance. The crowd erupted in cheers, chanting, "Go Wendy! Go Wendy!" The moment was a rare glimpse of the vibrant personality fans adore, offering hope that Williams remains resilient amid her challenges. These outings, though infrequent, have been a lifeline for Williams, who has expressed a desire to reclaim her independence. Fans have rallied behind her, with protests planned in New York and Los Angeles on April 1, 2025, to support her bid to end the guardianship. The #FreeWendy movement has gained traction on social media, with posts on X expressing heartbreak over her situation and criticizing the court's decision to appoint a stranger rather than a family member as her guardian. One user wrote, "I swear Wendy was purposely set up to decline after the court froze her money and the judge appointed strangers to oversee her, instead of her own son or family." The fight to end the guardianship. Williams's battle to dissolve her guardianship has intensified in recent months. In a March 14, 2025, call-in interview on The View, she declared, "I need them to get off my neck," referring to Morrissey and the judge who deemed her legally incapacitated. She insisted she is not cognitively impaired and demanded a new guardian as a step toward ending the arrangement entirely. Williams also claimed she passed mental competency tests, with flying colors, during a hospital visit on March 10, following an incident where she dropped a note from her window reading, "Help, Wendy." The note prompted a police wellness check and her transport to Mount Sinai West Hospital for evaluation. Her guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, has pushed back, asserting in court filings that Williams is cognitively impaired and permanently incapacitated, due to her 2023 diagnoses of aphasia and FTD.